All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to this Carthage Firebirds esports regular season matchup. This is going to be the kickoff for our spring semester. Our Valorant former champions from last year's spring season back to defend the title. This time they're going up against the Minot State Beavers. I'm joined here with Bunny, my co-caster. We're looking for some good Valorant today.
Yeah, we are. I'm really excited to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, the Firebirds
Fresh
are
start.
sporting two new players this year, Optimal and Jellyfish. The newcomers to replace Jawa and then Bunny are here, but it looks like it's a little bit of a sub situation. Possibly Bunny's going to be getting in any of these next two matchups, changing it up for the map and the comps. But the Firebirds are coming off of a big season, as last year I believe they were undefeated through the entire regular season, ended up bringing home the chip in spring season, but lost in nationals and semifinals. They ended up taking down Robert Morris University in the finals. I don't think they're in our bracket here. There's some familiar faces with Lakeland and what was the other Wisconsin school? I cannot remember. But we're going to be starting off on Bind for Carthage, starting off on defense. They're going with a Raise, Brim, Sky, Cypher, Yoru comp. Something different. Rye on Duelist, not something that we saw last season a lot, but playing Yoru, a very deadly agent, especially in team settings. Hopefully we'll see some good plays out of Carthage.
Yeah, we were excited to get that Yoru in there. We wanted to try something new with our comp, be a little bit more aggressive. So
yeah, this is the Beavers pick for the map. We're going to get to see Abyss for the second map. We'll get to see it for sure, and then the decider is going to be Corrode, which is a new map for this season. And we know what Carthage, this team loves Abyss, so we'll get to see some good action. As grouped up B, 2 going through hookah for the Beavers team, with 3 going up long. Optimal is solo holding the site at the moment, so hopefully there'll be a quick rotate back. Oh, actually, he's grouped up with Hecht, sorry. They see one on the cam coming out. Hookah stalled for just a moment. There's the decoy out of hookah. Raisebot thrown in. Grouped up, trying to push elbow. Hecht's going to get first blood. Spray down, not able to connect for Optimal. The spike is planted, but 3 people have to die in the process. 4, actually, it's going to be... Wow, and the 5th one, Rye gets the final kill. Big site execute for Minot State. They got the spike down quickly, but Carthage was able to take them out quite quickly as well with the quick rotate, even though they were 3 stacking B side.
Yeah, definitely our goal for a lot of these rounds is going to be to just play retake there, especially when they're able to get on site that quick. So we're kind of just focusing on our team play on retake, and it worked out well there.
Yeah, it's interesting that they were able to get the spike down so quickly, not seeing a gecko in this comp. Somebody was able to just run out there and not get sprayed through the smoke. This time with better guns for Carthage, it's going to be a lot easier for them to defend this B site. It's going to be a lot harder for Minot State to be able to survive some spams. Classic spams, ghost spams, that's a little bit harder, but let's say there's an Ares buy, a Bulldog buy here. It's going to be a lot easier for Carthage to hold. Still choosing to go B, but playing very, very deep. It looks like they were hiding from that bird, hoping it doesn't squawk. The name of the game on defense in the second round is to keep your guns and play slow. Let the defense come into you because they're going to be going with something a little bit different, something you haven't seen. A little bit of interesting trips coming out of Optimal. There's one going from the ceiling down.
They're good. They're tricky.
Must have been watching Inspire recently. A split execute. They take the TP at Minot State, but they're walking right into Rye's crosshair. First blood for him. They do have some space taking up A4 there, but Gio's going to get 2 with his Outlaw. And now it's just left up to 2 players for Minot State. They did take out Talia. Rye, luckily this isn't CS, wasn't able to take out Gio there. Still patient for this Carthage team. They know the... Oh. They know they have to walk into it, but unfortunately Gio gets his kill steal stolen by Rye there. And they make it out with just losing 1 gun. Huge for Carthage as they'll be able to carry those into the next one, the next round.
Yeah, I'm seeing some huge positioning here. That's really allowing them to get those crosses and just take them down. They can't really get on site there.
Yeah, it's nice for Carthage to be able to play this relaxed style. We know some of them like to be super aggressive, but in that situation when you had the gun advantage, it was just waiting for them to walk into your crosshairs. We'll have to see if they're able to keep up that timidness, more poise than timidness. But
discipline.
Yeah, discipline. There's the word.
Mhm.
There's a split approach from Minot State. Spike leaning towards A side. Optimal's going to be taken out right at the start from a rifle. Unfortunate situation, but Hex looking to trade him out quick. Jumps peaks. I'm not sure if this jump peek is working. Mateo's walking up. He wants the bulldog.
He got the gun.
Yeah, Hex going to get out. Dumpling is low, so it's good. It could be possibly an easy trade. Oh, wow. A quick head tap from Medio. Able to take out his second kill of the round as Carthage is going to try and quickly rotate over. That's a good haunt for backside. It's going to scan Geo, and he's going to have to hold up for just a moment. Molly and Smoke to keep him off, and that Outlaw is going to be difficult for him to use on this site retake. They're all grouped up in CT. Nade out. Smoke comes down as well. Everybody hiding behind cover. And there's the C's. It's not going to grab Geo, though. Carthage really needs to find a way on site quick. Time is ticking away. What a shot. 2. Was clowning on Geo's Outlaw usage there as he hits 2 quick head taps. Carthage, the round shifting back in their favor, but they're not able to find the last 3 kills. Minot State's going to get on the board here.
Yeah, not bad for a bonus round. They had full guns there, so kind of hard to retake in that position, especially that CT. It's really hard.
Yeah, that choke point is just very difficult to get out. Possibly it would have been nice to see Geo swap guns with somebody, use the satchels to get out there. It's a little difficult to play that position with the Outlaw, but we saw how good he plays with it. So,
does it anyway.
I mean, I'm only in bronze, so what am I making the calls for?
It's true. It's definitely harder, but he likes it. He knows how to work it.
This time, Minot State is leaning A side, trying to slam short. Lots there, and Carthage is going to respond by pushing up out showers and getting that orb for Rye. There's the smokes, trying to execute really quick. They dog out short, and Carthage is pinned to this left side of A site. Rocket comes out. It's not going to get anybody. Jellyfish is going to be dropped as well as Geo, and Carthage is going to lose 2 in the site take. Not great for this retake strategy. 2 coming back from B site. And Rye is just a solo player. Hopefully he can get a timing here. Wow, interesting. Oh! He's still going to get 2. Pops his ult. Finds 1. Knows where most of them are here for this Carthage team. Hecht isn't going to be able to find the kill, though. It's up to Rye. He's going to safely get out of his ult. Time ticking by. Wow. An offlane angle from Dumpling's going to get the kill. That's not exactly what you want to see out of Carthage. They used 2 ults in that situation. Just really need to do a better job of getting those kills at the start of the site hit, or possibly just getting out and playing full retake.
Yeah, we definitely need to take advantage of those early picks a lot more. That's definitely something that we've been working on.
A little bit different of a strategy than you see in a lot of higher end Valorant, where the Minot State Beavers just try and really slam sites. That time they slammed a single choke. A lot of times they've been slamming B. Not a lot of defaulting, not a lot of intel getting. It's just they're trying to play super quick, so Carthage might need to play a little bit of a more guessing game on defense and trust their aim a little bit more, as they're on a very weak buy here. The ult comes out for Sleepy on this Beavers team. Your ult's the dimensional drift will clear sight very, very quickly. They're going to get 1, get 2, but Rye's going to pick up the kill. He's got armed with a Bucky. Gets the decoy shot, but he's sprayed down by Medio. Jellyfish with a frenzy. Geo on a weak buy as well. It's going to be difficult. They're really just going to try and possibly gatekeep or possibly get a few picks. Geo, satchel's in. Sprayed down. Jellyfish is going to get the trade, but at the end it's going to be... I don't even know how to pronounce that. Zatoshi is going to pick up the final kill. That's what I was leaning towards, but I didn't.
I want to give a quick shout out to Kaliath in the chat, our former Valorant player here, our GOAT, supporting the team. Chris. Our buddy Chris.
Kale off.
I might be saying it wrong, to be honest.
Probably was there during Geo and Aiden in your guys' first year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've seen a VOD or 2 from then. Pressure taken. Oh, a timing that's going to take out Rye. I was just about to talk about the pressure taken up in showers, but instead the slow play is going to get the pick as there's going to be a rotate in response. Hecht moving back over towards A, trying to get some of that Sky util in the game as they start to walk up showers, but still playing super duper slow. Takes TP, but Spike stays. Possibly a play with, oh, that's the Euro clone. Got me.
Got you too. Means it must be good, right?
Oh, Carthage not able to find any momentum here as Jellyfish is taken out. Really needs to find one pick and then hopefully chain it together to a couple more. Aiden's Hecht's going to be seized out in heaven, deafened, and not able to hear those players below him. Oh, Charlie not able to find a pick. And Carthage is only going to get one in that round.
Yeah, that Yoru pick at the start definitely made them lose some momentum. He's going to be trying to get that orb pretty much every round, but you got to be safe about it. They're going to start to catch on.
It was really interesting because he got to the orb, which means he wasn't held at the corner. But then, like, two people swung from that back part of CT on A side.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe Gio wasn't holding it for him quite right. Carthage on a save again. Now the score 4-2 in the Minot State Beavers' favor. Grouping up B instead, but Yoru is anchoring on A side, pushing up. Hopefully an aggressive play from Carthage. Maybe a trade from Optimal. He's not going to get any. Not a great start to your save round here.
Yeah, not a bad idea to try and be a little aggressive for those picks, but not a whole lot you can do.
Yeah, it just seems like time and time again, every single little encounter is going the way of the Beavers. It's hard to keep the mental up when you're just getting aim diffed on certain things, or just they're in the situation, the spot that you didn't expect them to be. And there's that util to just keep them back in CT.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot harder for them to retake B, it seems.
That nade does a good job of clearing out that corner, but it's going to be difficult for him to push this Yoru out. Possibly, if I was in the situation, I'd probably try and fake TP to pull the crosshair for a second and get on site. They're going to get one, but it's going to be still not the great situation that you want to see for Carthage as they drop to 5-2. I think one of the big things is when they get pushed out of B site here, they got to keep possession of elbow, because if they have elbow, it's so much easier for them to have a dual retake versus this time, like every single time, it's just three people huddled up in CT.
Yep. Yeah, it's really hard to retake that, so they're definitely going to need to change up their positioning a little bit here.
As we see a little bit of positioning change with Optimal moving slightly more towards B site with his setup, that could possibly hold them off a little bit longer. A late bird from Hecht this time will scan one, possibly two, as they exchange a bird back. A lot of util used to clear this space, and Carthage isn't holding any of it. Alt comes out to the sky. Alt gonna find Optimal. Gonna stun him for just a moment. Dumpling getting the plant down. Looks like, oh, spray down. Gets one. Big kill, but he's traded out.
Almost had the spike there.
A 3v4. Carthage with possession of elbow, though, as we were saying, is a key to this retake. Just need to find a pick. Channel it into maybe one or two. Bad situation for Rye. He's going to be easily sprayed down. Jellyfish is going to be dropped. Optimal gets one. Time ticking down. Just him. He's stunned. Just that minefield of util for Carthage to get through. It looks like a stun in elbow, a stun on Garden as well. Really hard for Optimal to push out of that elbow spot.
Yeah, they're definitely making it really hard for the Firebirds to get any sort of control still on site. It's hard to enter from both of those points, to be honest, when there's that much util dump.
In the past, they've tried on these save rounds to be super aggressive in hookah. This time, it looks like they're not going to do that, but possibly they could try and be a little bit more aggressive at the start of the site hit in the main portion of B. Deadlock still trying to deny that orb, and it looks like Carthage is in playing for it at all, so he's going to get for free. Rye hit in there with a shorty. Oh, he misses both shots. Able to TP away, but that is just difficult to stomach.
Yeah, not a bad cross they had set up there, but did not work out there.
Should have been good for at least one. Gio trying to just hunt down this deadlock. It's just Talia. Uses the ult, doesn't get any with it. Gio catches a shoulder, gives away his position. Trying to net him. This is the 1v1 on site here. Can get the rifle. Oh, that rifle just flies away from the body. If that rifle stays on the box, that's such a different fight.
Yeah,
but it's just launched into the center of sight.
Unfortunate.
Isn't it /TO? Somebody needs to teach him how to do it.
Yeah, like that's
command.
not right.
All right, I think that's 7 straight for Minot State, so definitely something needs to be switched up. Wes is going to be talking to them, but I think it's going to be a lot of what we've been saying in here is just stopping the site hit a little bit earlier and getting a little bit more of an advantageous position for your retake. What you've played a little bit more of Bind than I have, so what exactly would you say about this?
I don't know. They're definitely like setting up good crosses, and their positioning like isn't bad. It's just someone pointed out in the chat, like it's the first bloods, like we're not getting those first picks and we're losing that momentum really early in the round, and then we're like struggling to make up for that once like they take site. So I don't know. I think it's a little bit of hitting our shots when we're actually holding those good angles together and just like playing off each other a little bit more. But I mean, they're doing good at doubling up. They're just not getting the trades. Yeah,
I feel like one thing that this Carthage comp is missing just a little bit of is recon. They got Sky for the dog, and I don't think I've seen that dog do pretty much anything this entire game. The bird has been being used a little bit. You get the info when it goes off, but not really anything. So possibly them able to challenge B or challenge B just with the dog. That'll allow them to push off or either take that space up long and be a little bit more aggressive on B, because B seems like the troublesome site for them.
Yeah.
Also, possibly keeping Optimal alive a little bit longer, letting that site for util be there for the site hit versus just see he gets dropped early round as the first blood, and that util is now just useless.
A lot easier for them to take site.
Heck, trying to spray, and this time the Beavers are pushing up. That's just such... Wow, Rye's not able to get the kill either. Sleepy's just hunting for the ace here. Doesn't get it. Instead, Heck's going to pick up 2 kills. Holds his ult, but he's just stuck in this corner of backside B. Time ticking down. A near impossible round for Hecht. Wow, Dumpling just holding an aggressive angle. Looks like Hecht's going to elect to save the rifle, and they're going to let him get away with it as they all trying to leave out the entry to site, taking TP. And the Beavers are going to get around here. Carthage ended up using their Yoru ult, I believe, as well that round, and just still couldn't get the round win.
Yeah, we've changed up the comp to add this Yoru to be a little bit more aggressive with the double duelists, but it's kind of like wherever Yoru is, they're not hitting, so it's hard for them to do those aggressive plays.
Yeah, possibly throwing that TP B side early round and then playing aggressive on A side could change things up, allowing them to have a quicker rotate. But it's just when this Beavers team is hitting site, they're really effective at it. They're getting their pick or 2 on site, and then they're able to hold the retake very, very well.
Yeah, we don't really have a lot of util to slow them down at all, and I think that's kind of...
Yeah, especially with the recent Cypher nerf. Yeah. Not as powerful as it was on Bind. Rye huddled up here with the Bucky. Origin Bucky, best Bucky skin in the game. Oh, Gio, not able to get the kill. Sleepy's going to pick up the first one, and they're going to push back to A site. Jellyfish, the only one there. Fade Dog, location now known. Carthage needs to find a pick or 2. The blind comes out. Rekindles is going to pick up the second kill of the round. Wow. Lots of util used to keep them in CT again. And a lucky spray from Dumpling's going to pick up the... Oh, wait, actually, they might be on the box on the little ledge there and saw the head.
That util is really pushing them out. They keep kind of getting stuck CT. There's not a lot of flashes or anything going on to help them get on.
Yeah, not exactly the defensive half that you want to see, especially when Mind is more of a defensive-sided map. Carthage is going to have to pick things up on the offensive side and possibly here as well. This round is huge, pushes to the 9-3 curse that Valorant players are scared of, but as well, just one more round to give up in the offensive side. Bird early. It's going to end up scanning, but Yoro did a great job of turning the blind, pushing up B. It's a heavy B take. Hopefully Carthage can get the read after seeing nobody up. After Ride doesn't see anybody up in showers on A. Talia tosses the smoke, hoping to keep them out.
Who's next?
There's the ult, Yoro ult for the Beavers. He's going to clear out sight the entire thing. One peeks. First blood for Hecht. Ultimate comes out for Optimal.
Man, flank.
Wow, a Collat op kill to shift the tides here.
That's
Carthage
rough.
still only down one man. Wow, the Lucky Spray is going to pick out Hecht, and it's just up to Optimal for the clutch. Position, I think, not known. Actually, he smoked off here and seized. They might have a read. He's dogged as well. Util just being dumped. Wow, difficult situation for Optimal to be in. He's going to get the one. He's fade ulted. Wow, last round, just a tough situation to be
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
210. Beavers with a commanding presence on offense for their map choice here of Bind. Carthage really needs to step things up here. Needs to find two at the start for sure. This pistol probably more important than the first pistol of the game.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we have this double duelist comp now, so hopefully those first picks, we can get some momentum going early and just play a little aggressive, discipline, and, get in it.
Yeah, I think if I was calling the shots here, I would say we're gonna play as disciplined as possible, and we're gonna play very slow. But this isn't my game to call, and Carthage is grouped up 3B long, 2 pushing out Hookah, and that Haunt is gonna reveal them right away. Somebody's got to shoot that. We can't unless it's like in the ceiling somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where it was, but quick TP from Yoro as well. And Carthage is now kind of squished into this corner. Either have to take the TP or hit sight quickly, but it's going to be difficult for sure. And Geo, first kill. That's huge for Carthage. They do have to worry about a cross from Hookah because there was Yoro there, but actually Charlie's wrapped. Looking to get the kill. Looks like he tried the trigger discipline.
Cypher is coming from Hookah. It's going to be...
2v2 here, 48 seconds. Jellyfish with the spike can't remember the name.
Elbow?
Elbow, there it is. Oh, not able to get the kill, but first contact, that's going to allow for the trade. There's the next one. Oh!
So unfortunate.
Satoshi clutches up with the 4K. That's just a heartbreaker for Carthage.
Yeah.
You played the round pretty much as perfectly as you could there with the 2v2. Had the positional advantage, and a right click to the face just takes away the whole round.
Yep. I mean, it was close. At least we got that first blood there. They were slowed down a little bit, but we got on site.
Difficult for Carthage to take a site here without any long-range rifles. It looks like a lot of stingers, a Bucky, and they have to worry about possibly an Outlaw to just melt multiple players. And there's a Marshall. There's the Outlaw as well. Carthage really needs to fight for the space. They're going to get one, but it's going to cost 2 lives. A quick rotate and possibly a flank, but Fade actually ends up rotating back through CT, and Carthage is just stuck in this area. They have the guns to fight close, and Gio's going to try and he's able to get to lamps, but still difficult for Carthage to get out. Satoshi's going to find a kill, and it's up to Gio and Talia, Jellyfish. Not blind. and he's going to miss his shots, and that's going to be another round for the Beavers, pushing it to match point here.
Match point.
Well, Carthage now definitely in a weak bye as they forced last round. Going to be really difficult to get the snowball going here. But hopefully they can pick up a little bit of a momentum going into their next map choice if this map is not for them, as it's 12-2.
Yeah, I think it definitely just took too many rounds to adjust and kind of figure out what was going on with the util and stuff. So I think there'll definitely be some useful information that we can take from this game going into the next map.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Carthage does isolate that the recon was a big issue and they choose for a Sova possibly on Abyss.
Yeah, we've been trying out some new comps, so unfortunately that's kind of just part of the process.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't know what kind of teams you're going to be playing up against.
As Carthage tries to take A site here, they do have to worry about a possible flank from Sleepy. Looks like they're going back his way. No footsteps though. Timing. And the Guardian's going to reign supreme. Carthage really hunting this kill. He's going to get one more, but Optimal's going to pick up a kill on Medio. That's going to be a 2v4, but they still have to worry about this Yoru on their back. And a quick rotate as well. Not an empty site for Carthage to hit. They get one. Haunt comes out. Sleepy. Wow. And a wall bang through the wall to end that round, and that's just not the showing you want to see for Carthage for the first map of the season. But the Beavers did play very, very well.
Yeah, definitely.
Highlighted by Sleepy on Yoru, did a very, very good job. But I think they played very well as a team, and they hit site very, very quickly. And a good comp choice probably was a big thing as well. They were able to wall off elbow early with the deadlock, as well as 3 smokes from Brim to start off, but you throw 2 of them at the start of the round. You still got one for CT and the Molly as well, and then really that Fade was putting in some good work with the util as well. We saw the eye for CT and just unleashing dogs there as well.
Yeah, you know, like I said, we're still trying to figure out like comps, what's working best with our team play. So again, like these early games are going to be huge, even if, you know, we take the loss there, you know, it's still, we're going to learn a lot and take a lot from that, and I think we can definitely make some adjustments to come back here.
Yeah, I hope Carthage can give a little bit of a better showing upcoming on Abyss. This is their map choice, one of the maps that they do love. We'll get to see Geo in probably a more comfortable agent than Raze. And then we also get to see how Optimal and Jellyfish work into that comp, as we saw Abyss a lot last year, but it's going to be a little bit different look. And hopefully it'll be some good Valorant. They'll be able to bounce back very, very well. But we're going to be going to an intermission for just a few moments, so we'll be right back. Thank you, everyone. All right, everyone, welcome back. We're going into some map 2 action for Valorant. This time we're going to be on Abyss. Carthage gets to start on attack, so hopefully they can pick up a little bit more momentum here on the start of the round. They were able to win pistols last time. This time, as we prescribed for them, a little bit of a recon. We see Optimal picking up Sova, but let's see if they can have something a little bit different as they start out with the Owl drone. It's going to be shot down.
Yeah, I think these adjustments here are going to be really useful. They definitely knew that their recon was needed.
Abyss is just such a wider map than Bind, so it's going to be a lot different the way these teams play it. And we'll get to see Carthage starting out on attack, so they're going to be going up against this Minot State team that was just on attack for half hour at least. 12 rounds. Grouped up on B site, 4 there. 1 is anchoring. It looks like that's Jellyfish. Util being traded out, and first blood is going to be Optimal being dropped by Mateo. Second one, Mateo's going to get 2. Carthage loses 2, but they get the trade. Rai on Yoru again, still in that aggressive position. An early pick here could shift this retake very, very quickly. A lot more to worry about chokes as well, but Gio's going to get a kill, but he's going to be traded out by Rekindled. Rai, not able to find the kill. Zatoshi is very, very low, but he's going to find the kill. And Jellyfish, last alive, able to paranoia, and it's not going to push Dumpling off the spike. Going to stick and get the round win. Carthage not able to start off strong on pistols.
Yeah, it was close. I mean, they got some good damage there. There was some good trades, but it's kind of unfortunate, but just pistol round as long as it doesn't take too much on our mental.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue is just Abyss is just such a different map for holding sites.
Yeah.
When you have two walkways that are just absolutely massive to walk out onto site. Heaven is huge as well. It's really hard to hold as a team if you're not using util constantly to clear that space or to push up early. Let's see if Carthage can have a little bit better of a mid presence to keep space early, and then maybe get those early picks that makes taking site a little bit easier and make the retakes easier as well. Optimal trying to get the orb here. No presence from the Beavers. A big shot from Rai. Huge kill. But Sleepy's going to exchange the favor. Has an outlaw. Is going to eliminate Hecht. Another kill for the Beavers, but a quick trade on the other side with Optimal. But he's very weak. 22 HP to hit the site. He's going to get the outlaw. That's huge. Jump peeking out up against a Marshall. Thorns to hold the choke as well. And Carthage is going to be stuck here. They do have a gun, and it's 3v3. Even trades going back and forth. Not exactly the situation you want to be in for Carthage, but they forced them to take space back out, so a weaker site for sure. Wow, that dart's going to scan them, showing that they're both there, and we can see the Waylay creeping up into mid, possibly going to try and cut off the rotate, but 37 seconds. Dumpling's going to get a big kill on Jellyfish, and it's going to be up to Optimal and Gio. Gio. Not able to find the kill. Medio with the 3K, able to get the buy round win for the Beavers.
Yeah, we had numbers at the start there. It's just unfortunate that after those picks, we gotta make sure we keep those numbers up and you're not taking riskier fights. But it was just a little unfortunate. But it was
I think one big thing was for taking that A site, they needed to use a little bit more util to clear off those angles, possibly a smoke for the bridge on the right-hand side, or a smoke for Heaven to just allow them to get on site a little bit quicker and easier.
Yeah.
The Vice Thorns were able to stop their hit pretty much entirely. Off angle for Medio. Not going to shoot the drone, but Rai is going to trade out with Rekindle. Medio is dropped. Hecht blinds for the site hit. Carthage on site. Optimal's able to hide from the dart. Pushed up very, very quick. And he's going to get the kill on Sleepy as well. The spike planted underneath Heaven. Good position for the defenders to hold. But they do have to worry about that entire cross angle from the right-hand side. 2 big kills, Gio and Hecht. Now Carthage just has to worry about 1 man left. Spreads out, looking to get a little bit of intel. trying to hit from mid. Dumpling. A timing here as Hecht is going to sneak away. Has the flash, though. And there's the kill. Geo. Carthage able to get the buy round win. Huge for them as they try and pick up momentum for the rest of the round.
Yeah, like really good positioning there. Definitely like playing off those flashes, like for those kills like that is going to be really important to us that we continue to play off those well.
Yeah, they've stuck with B site, had success first round. They were able to get the plant down. This past round, they were able to get the plant down as well. As they're shifting back to B site, probably going to try and stick there for majority of the rounds, but they're going to have to figure out a solution for that right-hand side. It's just so easy for them to push from mid. Probably going to have to try and save a smoke for the later part of rounds. Aggressive play from the Beavers. Mateo pushed up. Rye's going to get the kill. That's big to start off the round. Carthage able to get pushed onto site very, very quickly. It's just rekindled there for a moment, but a quick rotate. Jellyfish is going to find the kill, but Sleepy, that late rotate, is going to find a kill as well. Flashes out, trying to take space. Plant for Hecht, trying to plant. Rye, trying to be a little bit more aggressive. He's going to get the first kill. TP's out. Now Carthage, 4v1. It's going to be this vice for Minot State. Not able to get the job done last time. Can Dumpling find a couple of kills to chain together? Off angle. Contact taken from Hecht. And Carthage, really at the end of that round there, when they have numbers, they're doing a really great job of taking contact early and getting those trades. That's really big for them.
Yeah, and I think what's going to be really important for us that, I mean, it's different than Bind. We didn't do it on Bind as much, is really holding those post plans or just holding site like on site. We do a lot of playing off site and then it doesn't really go well for us. So definitely having the good positioning on site, holding it down still is going to help us win those rounds.
Yeah, they really did a great job, especially that a little bit of a different play from Rye where he took space into that area and got the 2 kills very, very quickly. That's one of those plays, a little bit more creativeness that we're going to need to kind of keep this Minot State team on their toes on the retake.
100%.
They're a lot heavier of a sight play from Minot State. A quick rotate over as well. But Carthage is trying to set this up as a fake spike leaning towards mid. If Rye has been seen, that's going to show that the gig is up, but still not a heavy rotate, but a slight reposition back for Minot State. Rye's going to pop his ult as he tries to hit sight. Geo and Jellyfish with him as well, dumping the sole defender, but a quick rotate from Minot State. Rye's going to get the first kill as he TPs out as well, but he has the spike with him. The spike's going to get planted late. Carthage really needs to be a little bit more active at the start of the round. And Meteor is going to get a kill, but it's still 4v2. It's going to be difficult. They're grouped up. One dropped by Jellyfish. Meteor able to get the trade, but it's still just Meteor up against the world here. Using the Waylay util well. Probably just trying to gatekeep these guns, keep their own. Dashes in, but ends up grabbing the pull back. And really just bullets being exchanged at walls here. Nothing much. Meteor slow walking up. And it's going to be Jellyfish that finds the final kill, the 3K. Carthage able to execute on this secondary buy round, I believe. Second set of buys because the one after the buy before was a save round for Minot State. So easier round for Carthage here, but they really just got to keep up what they were doing. Able to do something a little bit different and still picked up the round win. Got the spike down early with the help of Rye's ult.
Yeah, I think like mixing some default rounds in there like that are really going to help throw off their team. We had numbers going into site there, and that's going to definitely be what we want to keep having.
We've seen Carthage try and get these picks early on B site, and it's been working because Minot State has just been slamming that early. But this time they pull back, it looks like they're trying to play full retake as Carthage is going to have pretty much a free site for their own. Planted as well, and Sleepy's going to be the first to come out heaven. He's going to get the first shot on Jellyfish and the Waylay ult as well. It's going to be difficult for Carthage to go up against his firepower as Hecht's going to get 3 though. That's huge. Sleepy's going to finally get the trade. It's going to be a 2v2. 2v1 now as Optimal is dropped. It's going to be just Geo on the spike. He gets the first one. Geo playing the Sentinel role, but we know he is the duelist that we've seen in the past. Can be aggressive, has the ult in his pocket. He's going to use it. Dumpling pushing up onto site now. He knows where he is. Walks into crosshair, but Dumpling aim diffs him.
Unfortunate.
Not great for Geo. difficult to come back from that after using your ult, having the positioning, and then just this slight pixel ends up
Yeah.
changing the round.
Yep.
Great play by Dumpling, though.
That's why we love this game.
Just aim diffed on B site.
Yeah.
By a Vandal running head tapped. Like, what else can you...
Yeah, you can't do much. I'm definitely seeing some like better teamwork coming out of these guys right now, though.
Yeah, on B site specifically at the end, after post plant for this team, they've just been doing such a great job of training each other out. Really looking at that mini map when even if they're not saying anything, just saying, okay, we see a red dot here, that means somebody's here. I can swing off this angle because they're looking at this angle. Just doing a really great job of playing together. As they shift back to B site, still the Waylay and Sova for Minot State to play defense. They're able to get on site quick here. Blinds being exchanged, lots of util. Geo finds first blood.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
There's Jellyfish getting the kill on Dumpling. It's going to be last alive is Zatoshi for Minot State. Right, just peppering shots, having nothing there, though. Zatoshi tries to get a quick kill, but it's not going to be there. Now the gig is up. They got location. It's going to be difficult to do anything. He gets the kill on Hecht. That's the first of an upcoming 3 if they want to find the round win here. But Jellyfish is in a pestering shot. The TP back. Jellyfish, the timing. It's going to get the kill. That's just such a difficult situation to be in if you're Satoshi. Heaven, 0 controlled, and 2 people on site, and it's just, you can't push to either point. And there's our timeout that we're going to see from Minot State as Carthage is able to find another round win, pushes to 4-3. It's actually really, really, really close. So an early round timeout, hopefully Carthage is able to keep the momentum going. It seemed a little bit more lopsided than the scoreboard is showing here with 4-3. Carthage had some really good side takes, but it looks like Minot State has been able to squeeze out. They had that clutch and the first 2 rounds, so I guess that doesn't really count too much. The first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I would say like there's been some lucky shots, just some like unfortunate things. Like I think Carthage is playing really well off each other, and definitely have some momentum and probably some good mental. This is going a lot better than it was at the start of last match. So,
yeah, I think if we're gonna just talk about the things that have been working for Carthage, it's been that B site take, especially getting on super duper quick, and then holding those crosses at the end and trading each other out. They've been doing a really great job of that specifically, and especially getting the spike down early. They've been able to just run up B site, pretty much clear site with util and get the spike down very, very quickly. I think they've got to be able to mix in a good A hit, because if they're not, they're going to be able to 3-stack B, or possibly play like the super heavy rotate style, which they have been, where it's basically just, are they here? All right, send 3 people over, rotate to mid completely, and then they're able to get back very, very quickly. So if Carthage can be a little bit more concealed with what they're doing, they can possibly stretch the defense a little bit thinner.
Yeah, for sure.
As we're talking about the hit, Optimal trying to clear out those close angles and get into Heaven. 2 on site. The decoy's out, but it looks like nobody's going to even see it. Rekindled is blinded backside, and Waylay drops from Heaven and gets the kill. Not what you want to see for Carthage. Another kill as well as Rye tries to push back sight. Jellyfish looks like the third Carthage player trying to get this plant down. Not able to get the job done either. It's just Rye. Fakes the TP. Satoshi, easy kill. Oh, the head glitch. That's a good shot by Sleepy.
Yeah, Heaven can really be a problem area if someone's not holding that well enough. It's really hard to get the plant down there.
Yeah. Definitely something Carthage has got to keep in mind for these A hits. Rye almost able to pull off the clutch there. Gets 2 kills. Really just... I was thinking in my head there, I was like, I've seen so many YouTube shorts of this Yoru tech, especially on Abyss, where it's like, you throw your TP, you toss the gun in the air, the gun drops, everybody thinks that you didn't TP.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe he'll do it, maybe he'll do it, maybe we'll get to see something.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He just faked the TP normally.
You know, those creative plays, though, I mean, that's why we wanted the Yoru in the comp, so we're definitely going to see some.
It looks like that recon was just unshootable apparently.
Yeah,
Three Carthage players shooting at that thing, and it was hidden very, very
It's
well.
unfortunate.
Gonna have to report that one to Riot. As Rai is pushing back site with his dimensional drift, finding a couple people, pulls the TP back, and Carthage has got 5 on site with the spike planted. A good situation, but instead Optimal's gonna pick with the first kill. A dimensional drift in return as well. Carthage playing from main. They've got good presence, but it's going to be difficult for them to really get something going. Hecht sprayed down. It's just Rai again playing from main. He's going to find 1 kill. Oh.
Spike was slightly over to the left.
Tries to spray down the spike, not able to find the kill. And Minot State's going to take the lead back 5-4. 2 big rounds for them here coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, these A hits are just, we're having trouble figuring out how to post plant that. They're positioning us, but
that time Carthage tried to play from A main, and it looked promising until the dimensional drift came out and just ripped that site take.
yeah.
So can chalk it up to an alt.
Yeah.
Yoro doesn't get one of those for hopefully 3 or 4 more rounds.
Mhm.
An 8 alt orb alt. A true default from Carthage as we get the 2-1-2, the one very heavily leaning towards B though. Carthage hopefully able to get a pick or something, or at least stretch the defense for one of these site takes, and then maybe a pick during the round after the spike is planted possibly. As we see, they did catch a rotate from Minot State, and we know that the spike is leaning towards B side here, but there's just not enough util being pushed out, and right here when you just hear the noise cut, it's pretty much, it's a fake.
Yeah,
You gotta know.
Yeah, ideally they would have started hitting B a little bit sooner, but obviously we know that.
And there, Sleepy's gonna find first blood on Geo. A Bucky in the hands of the Waylay. There's the kill. 2 more. Carthage not able to even find a lifeline here. Spike down. It's just Rai and Optimal. Hero rifle for Optimal though. Sleepy in and off angle above the box. Crosshair pulled, but not able to get the job done. It's just Rai. Trusty Miss Bloom Sheriff, possibly able to find a few kills, maybe a rifle to save. He's at least got the, That's not Miss Bloom Sheriff?
This one? No.
I thought because he has, like, Miss Bloom for everything else.
He does. That's truly, that's what he normally runs. I forget what that's the... I can't think of it. Starts with the P, maybe? Singularity. I use the Phantom.
That's a quick turnaround for Minot State. We got caught in the minutia of skins, as I've incorrectly called out the sheriff skin. But Carthage really has to change things up because those last 2 rounds were not exactly what we want to see. So
Yeah.
I assume they're going back to B for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Or even just defaulting. I mean, they got them to rotate off there, and they had mostly free sight. They're definitely kind of falling for it. So I just think being a little bit more patient, not just going out on site, is definitely going to work for them here, like more of those default rounds.
Yeah, we haven't seen any mid play out of either team here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the Omen walking back and forth across mid.
Yeah.
If Carthage really wants to challenge mid, which they have some of the util to do it, they have a breach done, they have a breach blind as well. They can really, and they just throw 1 smoke, a TP on the other side. Like there's a lot of util for Carthage to get into mid, and we've seen, especially in some high level Abyss gameplay, if you can get into Link on A site, Heaven is just that much easier to take.
No, yeah.
Especially on save rounds, you just slam mid, throw some stingers through that wall, and you have so much more control over A site.
Yeah, it's definitely really hard to defend that when, you know, you're only having one person holding mid. Like, it's really easy for a team to just run through and take site that way.
And if it's not a big site hold, you can really just throw 1 smoke and get there. But the round's gonna start here. Sleepy's gonna find the first kill. And Carthage really back to the bread and butter, back to B site, and they're gonna find the equalizing kill. Hopefully able to get the spike down. Optimal ends up playing from B main because of his ult. Jellyfish trying to take contact with Sleepy. Sleepy's gonna get the best of it though. Satoshi from Heaven caged off, and there's the dimensional drift. Carthage really has to find something before this dimensional drift just throws them all into paranoia. Rekindled. able to be taken out by Rye. There's the ult to stall.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Big round, some huge execution from Carthage. Rye on the tail end of that round, the 2 kills, very, very important. But we just see like the little bit of the strategy from Carthage to find the great situation to use that Sova ult. A great call for Carthage for sure, and that's gonna be a big round as we go into this one. We got Breach ult though, your ult as well, Cypher ult for Recon late round. Lots of ults on the table for both teams, so this should be a big round. And I think that if I'm Carthage here, I gotta hit fast because you don't want to give them the opportunity to get these ults all there on the same site take while you're trying to hit site. You want to keep those ults for retake, possibly able to take them out earlier before they're able to use their ult.
For sure.
So as we see the Breach ult, Mateo using the operator to get the first kill, and then the Waylay ult as well in exchange. Rye taking out as well, and this is just a bloodbath on A site. Carthage trying to get out, and ult used from both teams here as Sleepy's pressed up. First kill as well, and it's just Jellyfish and Hecht stuck together. Oh, Jellyfish pulled out the knife instead of the classic. Wow. We said the ults were going to be important, and there were about 4 of them in that round.
They just kind of got stuck there, got pinched a little bit.
Not exactly what you want to see when you're trying to find that equalizing round to go to 6-6. But instead, Carthage back on defense here really needs to find a different, something different than what happened last round, because they have to find 2 more rounds than Minot State is able to in this half, and they were not able to do that on bind. So Carthage, instead of what they had before, they do have some recon, so hopefully they're able to get some info early and play a little bit more strategic that way. The main source of info we have is Sova, and he's on the site where nobody is, so a little bit difficult, but heavy stack on A site for the Minot State Beavers. They're really just trying to get on site quick, and they're going into a 3-player site though, so it's going to be difficult. Carthage doing a good job of just keeping them in the front of sight. Geo challenging Meteo, but Meteo's going to get the kill. And then the left side, Sleepy's going to clean up with 1 kill as well. It's going to be 3v2 in the favor of the Minot State Beavers on attack. Optimal and Jellyfish. 1 pick, though, is the equalizer. And there's Sleepy going to find 1. Sleepy with the 3K. And that's not what you want to see for Carthage. The Beavers going to take pistols.
Yeah, it seems like they're a little more adjusted to, like, they know that Minot State is going to take these fast sites, and their positioning there was a little bit more, what's it called?
Are they doing the jump?
Set for that.
Wait,
I don't know.
no, they're on
Other
attack.
site. Yeah, we our A site, little strat.
I thought they were doing the save round jump where everybody just jumps off the map at the start of the round. I was like, this is Div 6 NECC, bro. So,
yeah, that'd be crazy.
Carthage able to find the first pick. Just rekindled, able to get the plant down for Minot State. Carthage, Rye has a Marshall. That's an interesting buy for him. And it's going to find Jellyfish in this link area. Not the gun you really want to be trying to hit site quick. He's going to get a body shot on Sleepy. Marshall, completely accurate if you're not moving with the no-scope, but he's not going to find the kill. A flawless, not what you want to see for Carthage. Especially, I think they forced a little bit here. Difficult for Carthage to pick up some of that momentum. It looks like they lost the last 4 or so rounds.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I mean, we still don't, besides like Breach, we still don't have a lot of util to slow them down. I mean, the Omen Blind, they're just going to have to figure out how to combine their util just a little bit better. I think that would make a big difference in these rounds.
Still heavily towards A, as Minot State is stacked there as well, so Carthage will be a little bit better kept for the match. There's the util being pushed to clear out a couple of these angles. The Waylay on site quickly. Meteo with the Bucky gets 1. Geo ends up finding an equalizer against Rekindled. Still trying to spray down, but Medio pushing again with the Bucky, gets Geo.
That Bucky is crazy.
Rye finds a kill on Dumpling. Minot State finally getting the plant down. Rye fakes the TP. Trying to get a little bit of info with the Owl drone, and there's the ult from Medio. Oh my goodness, that crosshair is just pulling.
Oh, they got
Carthage will get the round win. It's just like it's like when two people are like not able to, they're like sitting up against like a wall against each other. It's like, I'm gonna get you, and this just they're both stunned, trying to pull the crosshair.
That was good though. They kept their numbers up there, and like, you know, at least.
We talked about what was making it so hard for Carthage to hit A during the attack phase for Carthage, and this time that the Heaven's presence from Geo and then from Optimal and Rye at the end of the round, that was what made the difference to make the defuse so much easier for Carthage. See if, as we see Minot State shifting right back to B site, going to be hitting it hard as well. But Carthage still has a little bit of util there. Geo, 2 trips. Recon, Heaven, it looks like it's scanned 1. Medio hitting site quick, but gonna head back. And Geo just stuck in this corner. He's gonna shoot the clone. Jellyfish, first blood on Medio. That's gonna be huge. Carthage needs to be smart as how they hit this site. Can't just run into crosshairs here, as Geo's gonna pick up a big kill on Sleepy with the Spectre. 4v3. Good blinds, making this a less than even battlefield, but it's going to be down to Rye and Hecht. A little bit of an advantage, though, as they're grouped up while the other team isn't. Dumpling playing from across the way. It's a great play by Hecht, hidden in the corner, and Rye does a great job of holding that angle. Great execution from Carthage on the retake there. I think one of the big things is you just can't be too hasty to re-hit site when you're trying to retake. Especially with how open B site is. There's so many angles people can be on. And Carthage did a really good job of when they hit site, they were just isolating their angles. Probably calming very, very well about where people are. And then as a team, just moving from angle to angle and finding those kills to equalize things.
Yeah, like they're finding the trades, and they're definitely learning how to combat these fast pushes a little bit.
As we're talking about the fast pushes, it looks like a little bit of a different play from Minot State. They're still stacked towards A, but someone mid. Rye's going to be the guy there challenging them, as their 2 people are grouping up as well. But Rye definitely on Yoro, the agent to be in that situation. But Sleepy's going to find first blood on Geo. He's the only one walked up B, though. Hopefully Carthage doesn't have too heavy of a rotate, but the spike is moving back there. A big thing is going to be if Carthage can grab a pick during this round, during the little rotate back. Jellyfish, the only player on B, but mid is just going to be, it's just treacherous for either team to cross. Optimal, trying to find an angle. He's got 2 people on him. Sleepy right in front of him. Big kill. Optimal still toying with them mid. Dumpling playing completely off-site. Jellyfish trying to use a smoke to help them get on site. Medio and Dumpling are the only ones available, and they're off-site. Medio dashes off the map! No! Oh, no!
Oh, that sucks.
We've seen Medio use that dash pretty much every single round. And most of the time, it's just dash, and then TP out.
And go back, yeah.
But this time, dash right off the map. Unfortunate for Medio.
Yeah, I mean, we had the numbers there. That was a good retake. And
yeah, I think if there's anything to take from that round, is just that Minot State is going to have to play quick. And you're going to have to be ready for it.
Yeah.
Because they defaulted that round, and it just did not go their way at all. Carthage suspended them in the mid part of the map, and they're able to play that game a little bit better than Minot State is.
We definitely do a lot better.
As we talk about how impactful Yoro can be to any of these team comps, the Dimensional Drift is going to help clear sight. But Carthage, a good spray kill, and it's going to be 3v3, the spike plant. Dumpling. Hidden for just a moment. Gio's not able to find it. He pops his ultimate. Flash into heaven. Sleepy's going to get the kill. Carthage needs a re-challenge. It's going to be Rai trying to push back there, but Sleepy ends up TPing out. Rai and Optimal. Big kill from Rai.
Both good kill.
Sleepy. From main. Tap. A blind.
Last player standing.
Up to Rai here. Oh, the fake TP. Oh, this is just such a difficult round for Rai to win. Sleepy showing off some superior tech.
I would have fell for that too, to be honest.
That's just such a difficult situation. You wanted that your play. The Sleepy played that pretty well.
Yeah.
For this Minot State team, really picked up the team, threw them on their back.
Oh, we're looking at Coach Wes on the up close on the camera right now.
10-8. Carthage needs to find a little bit of momentum here. Valorant games go to 13, so they have 3 to give, but you really don't want to give one here. You want to get that lead shortened up pretty quick, and I think it's a buy round for both teams as Minot State back to slamming A site. The smoke comes out early. Lots of utils. Heaven is smoked as well. Gio, a Spectre instead of a full buy. Sleepy's going to find first blood on Hecht. Really, just got to be careful about that. I was just about to say the Bucky.
Keeps trying
Gio's going to find the kill, though. Steel Garden's going to make it very difficult for Carthage to fight back at this exact moment, but they're doing a good job of it as it's down to rekindled. Last player. Oh, Gio blinded by his teammate, and they're just hunting now. There's the kill.
Yeah, they were able to just pinch them like all under heaven right there. I think holding that angle, you know, no one died to the Bucky that time. I think that's been different. Like in the other rounds, like someone will die to that Bucky and then the numbers are like gone. But because they got that and were able to just keep getting them there, like they were able to combat that fast
Yeah, and I
push.
believe that was also a half buy for Carthage, looking to buy this upcoming round. So they're going to pick up some rifles at the end of that round. And it was a force for Minot State. So
yeah,
Carthage really in control of the econ. I think Hecht's going to end up getting a rifle here as the whole team decked out. But Minot still got the Bucky, though, for Minot State. But Rai really putting the team on his back here with 23 and 11. I think it's been a good decision to put him on Yoru.
Yeah, for sure. He's really shown us what he can do.
Hopefully he's able to curb a little bit of the bipolarness, though. Not able to, what's the word? Overheat as easily. Because if
we talked about that for sure.
If we're talking about something that can really, on Duelist, if he's able to play very well, but that can also be very difficult for him to overcome if he's not playing as well as he would like to be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yoru, you definitely have to be disciplined.
But also, it gives just the opportunity to be aggressive, especially at the end of the round. You have the kit to do it with the dual flashes, 2 TPs if you haven't used them yet. The plant coming down for Minot State. Lost one during it. Hecht gonna take out Meteor. That pesky Bucky is down. Now Carthage able to use this breach util to just push them off of these angles. Big swing from Hecht. Nice flick. That's 2. Can't get the third, but Satoshi location isolated, and Optimal's gonna find the kill. Hopefully he halves this and gives it to Gio.
Yeah, looks like they're getting caught off guard a little bit on attack. You know, it's not really working the same way it has been for them. So Carthage just made some good adjustments.
It's going to be difficult for Minot State to really do anything else than what they've been doing in the past. They tried defaulting that one round, and it didn't work well. This time, it's going to be a full buy versus a near full buy for Minot State, and Carthage able to hopefully grab the lead here. The first time, I believe, they've had the opportunity besides that those pistol rounds on Bind. Well, actually, no, early round they were up 4-3.
Yeah, but they got a real opportunity here.
Yeah, this round probably one of the most important rounds of the map here. We see a little bit of that mid presence. Sleepy walking up. Rai gonna be Yoru versus Yoru. They see each other. Rai throws that TP behind the box mid. There's the site take. Waylay on site, walking all the way up. Doesn't end up going back. Pushing up against Jellyfish. Big kill. Jellyfish and Gio getting 2 on site.
Good Cypher combo.
That Cypher is just putting in work here on Abyss. A big trade from
picks,
Sleepy,
yep.
but still 4-2 in the favor of Carthage. Able to just hit site with a little bit more util. Jellyfish gonna find 1 kill up to Sleepy. He's gonna find Hecht. A 3v1, and
Nice.
Jellyfish will, with a well-trained crosshair, take out that bit that they killed. No spike planted for Minot State. A big show of defense for Carthage.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely a change of pace here.
This is third straight round win for Carthage. Before they had a 3 streak interrupted by a Minot State win, but this is just got to be so difficult to be in if you're Minot State. Buy rifles, lose the rifle round, save, lose that round, buy rifles again, lose that round. It's just so difficult to play Valorant
Yeah,
like
when
that.
you try and switch something up and it doesn't work, you know, you're going to do what you're used to and what you're best at. But
Much different gameplay for Minot State here as they're slamming mid, Waylay pushing up very, very quick, and it's just Rye there. Hopefully he's able to figure out what it is. As there's the dash, Rye ends up leaving. And this is going to be difficult for Carthage to hold because we talked about how dangerous it can be if you have mid, if you're able to hit A site. But they're all up mid.
Yeah,
it's going to be difficult for Carthage unless they challenge this well.
they've got him surrounded now.
Wow, a
Huge
spray
kill.
through the flash.
Huge kill.
Difficult for Sleepy for sure to stomach, but that's huge. Jellyfish misses the kill. There's 2 there though, and Medio is gonna get the kill. Little bit of jitter aim for Jellyfish, but Carthage still in the lead, 4v2 here. But Medio is gonna find a big kill on Rye. Carthage really needs to group up here. They have them surrounded, but it's just lack of util, and they're able to take fights together. That's making it really difficult for Carthage straight. But that intel from Cypher is going to make it really easy for Hecht to find a kill. It's up to Medio. Has a rifle.
Nice.
A big flick. The 4K for Hecht will ice and push us to match point.
Yeah, they were definitely able to, like, they saw that mid push coming early, and they were able to kind of corner them in and get in a good position that made it very hard for them to go either way.
I think such a big part of that is just Rye playing Yoru in that situation. The get out of jail free card that is his teleport.
Yeah.
He was able to just get out. Didn't have to do anything. I'm pretty sure he got hit with, I don't think it was a Waylay ult, but it was the Waylay stun.
Yeah, got him pretty low. But see, that's that discipline we need to see from the Yoru players. You know, he saw that many people there. He backed off. I mean, he was low, but it allowed us time to, like, regroup and make up for that.
Carthage needs to stick to what they've been doing. Has to defend one more Minot State attack to ice this round and push to the decider, Corrode. Here's the site hit. Medio pushing heaven. He's going to be gunned down. TP's back. Carthage not challenging that front part of site at all. The spike being planted by Rekindled. There's the ult. Gonna chip away at a couple. It's going to take out Rekindled. And Medio. That's huge. Rye's going to be taken out, though, by Sleepy as there's going to be one kill there. Jellyfish doesn't use the ult. Flash out. Breach ult as well. Sleepy, gun down. Dumpling's going to get the trade on Hecht. It's going to be up to Geo. Geo playing Sentinel. We've seen him in the duelist role. This is a rematch from round number 3. Geo has the Vandal. A little bit of indecisiveness.
No more charges left.
Here's the defusal. Tap instead. Dumpling's going to find out. Pros don't fake.
Yes!
What a shot from Geo.
Let's go.
I wish this was VCT. I wish we had a replay of that. What a
Dude.
shot from Geo.
Let's whatever mistakes was going on last match, they definitely picked it up and they figured it out and made some adjustments, and that was some good teamwork to see.
We saw they went 7-5 in the first half, pretty much an even split on their deciding map on attack for them. So that's huge for Carthage. As we were talking about them trying out a different comp, this is something I've never seen on Abyss for Carthage. I've never seen Geo on site anything other than Duelist, but it worked out well. They went with double Initiator, and Hecht really played Breach very, very well as well, especially on A site, held it down very, very well. As we read it off, Carthage in the middle of the pack, 23 for Rye leading it. Sleepy and Medio were putting in some work, though, for Minot State, making it difficult for Carthage, 30 and 22 respectively. But Carthage played very, very well together. That's the big thing, and we're going to be going to Corrode in just a moment. Anything else to say here, Bunny?
Dude, I'm proud of that work there, and I'm excited to see this next map.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, everyone, welcome back. We are on the deciding map for this regular season matchup between Minot State and the Carthage Firebirds. Last map, Carthage won 13-10 on Abyss, their map. First map went 2-13 in the favor of Minot State, so hopefully we get to see something closer to the last matchup versus that first one. So Carthage going in with a different comp than we saw before, Geo on Chamber. I think that's a great pick for him because we're going to be able to see him using the head tapper, especially using the tour de force. Going to be able to provide a lot of value, especially on those save rounds with that ultimate.
Yeah, 100%.
20 seconds before we get going, unless these guys lock in early. Carthage able to bounce back that last game, and this game we're really hoping that they can pick up that momentum. They're going to be able to start on attack. That's the same thing as that last game. Much different map though. Corrode still has a larger mid portion, but it's not as spread out as Abyss. Very, very close. The angles on site are when you hit A main or B main early round, it's pretty much just somebody can be there holding it for you. And so you got to use util to clear that off. Yep. One of them is defender sided, one of them is attacker sided. So it's going to be a lot different, especially at the start of rounds. I think the start of rounds are going to be much more impactful. People are going to be using util to take space a little bit more versus Abyss. It was kind of just all the util just gets dumped on A site, or all the util gets dumped on B site when you hit it.
Yeah, definitely a lot more close corners on this map that they're going to need to clear. A new map, so everyone's still kind of getting used to.
Yeah, this is the first time that Carthage is playing this in NECC. I believe it was there for spring, so if Minot State, for fall, so if Minot State was playing in fall, they would have gotten a chance to play it. A new map to one of the more recent acts to Valorant. But Carthage ends up going with a little bit different comp. Chamber, Breach, Omen, Rye still on Yoru, and then Optimal's going to pick up Fade, give us a little bit more recon. There we see a little bit more of an aggressive play by Rye, but he's being very, very cautious with these angles. We can see Sleepy holding the cross on Yoru still. Going to take first contact with Medio. Sleepy's not going to end up trading with him, and Carthage with a default, but they're pushing through A-Link. That smoke's going to drop mid. Satoshi able to jump peek, but Jellyfish is able to hold both of them for just a second, but the timing's going to allow Satoshi to cross. Carthage really needs to pick up the pace here if they don't want to get pinched. A big kill, but it's going to be a trade. Wow, unfortunate for Hecht. And Rye's going to be found out as well by Medio. It's up to Geo with 6 head tapper bullets. Probably a classic as well. Misses the first 2. That's unfortunate. Wow. Really not what you want to see for Carthage. They executed well at the start of the round, though.
Yeah, you're right. They definitely just need to go a little bit more faster there. They could have totally taken those 2 people on A site, but I think they were a little bit worried about mid and what was going on behind their back.
Yeah, with that smoke, they did a great job of pushing up into A-Link early, but once that smoke dropped, it was just all that pressure mid was just accumulating, and they weren't able to get out. Carthage grouped up on A this time, hopefully able to slam site pretty quickly, but not any util or weak buy for sure, but they're going to be, looks like they were self-stunned by Hecht. Sleepy with a Guardian picks up first blood on Hecht. They're able to farm the orb, which is going to help them in these future rounds, but Carthage, right click's going to take out Medio. Geo able to get a Bulldog in the process. On site, hopefully able to get the plant down, but they're going to be collapsed in on quickly. Rekindled. Not able to be gunned down by Geo. It's kill after kill going in the favor of Minot State, and they're going to find the final one as well. Carthage only able to get 1. Spike down, that's going to be an alt point. 1 for each of them as well, plus the kill. It's going to do a little bit of work for them, but still want to see a little bit of a better play, but it is a save round. Yeah,
definitely just like a little bit of a better hold there, and that fade util is really annoying, especially with those tight corners there on A site.
Yeah, hopefully when Optimal is able to be bought up this round, it'll be a little bit of a different round. Him able to use some of that fade util in response.
Sure.
We'll see what Carthage has here. Doesn't look like they're trying to split as they did it early round. This time, still trying to slam A. A does seem like the weaker site. And Geo's going to win the battle here on A. Early smoke as well, but there's no one there holding. Carthage can just push right through this. The eye's going to tell him there's no one there. And that's a lot of space for Carthage. If they're able to hold this link well, Gio doesn't have his trademark. Instead, it's sitting on the flank, so a little bit difficult for them to hold this. But they have the cross, and that's going to do some good work. Trademark on the flank is going to pick up KJ. Stunned, not taking it, but it's going to pull Gio's crosshair for just a moment. Back on site. Jellyfish pulls back. There's Gio. Picks up 2. Hecht as well with 1. It's going to be down to Dumpling. And just so many crosshairs trained on that opening. And Carthage is going to get a big round win there.
Yeah, that was huge positioning there. Held good crosses. If they keep playing crosses like that, then we should be set.
I think one of the biggest things was that pick at the start of the round on Sleepy.
Huge.
A little bit of a questionable play, but he was at that angle first. It's really more of an aim diff by Gio. Great play by him.
Yeah.
But when Sleepy was the only one solo holding that site was completely open for Carthage to take. They threw the eye. Nobody's front site. We're going to slam site quick, and they did a good job. The only thing is holding Link for this comp is a little bit more difficult. They really have to util dump it to keep people back. Gio challenging mid. Rye's going to get first blood on Sleepy. Gio is still anchoring mid here, possibly able to catch a timing. Zatoshi's going to clomp past him, though. That's going to be a timing in the favor of Minot State. Hopefully able to get up there.
Yeah,
Spike not planted for Carthage yet, though. Rekindled is very, very weak. Gio hopefully able to just hit the late lurk kills. Checks all his angles. He's got 1. Can't get Satoshi. Satoshi's pinched, though. Gets the kill. Satoshi last alive. Carthage still has 3 guns, able to be trained on him, and Jellyfish.
That late lurk mid definitely helps a lot.
And I think they knew he was there, too.
Yeah.
I think Satoshi saw him early round, and that's why Satoshi just booked it through Link.
It definitely causes a little bit of panic, you know, once the spike's down, you know you're going to get pressured from both sides there.
Carthage been heavy A this entire round, and Minot State knows it. They're 3 stacking it. They got Omen playing mid, able to quickly rotate. Carthage really needs to change something up, and we see that lurk from Gio moving from mid all the way over to B, where he's going to throw his trademark, but I think he's still going to play mid. He does have the tour de force. Possibly going to be very good for him. He could pop that, take out Satoshi in 1 bullet. Minot State pressuring up the Fade Eye. It doesn't look like it's going to see Sleepy. Sleepy's hiding in the corner. Going to be difficult to take A site if they're playing with these Buckies. Carthage trying to hit site quick. They're going to spray down the corner. Not able. They get Sleepy and Dumpling. Still 2 there. Medio with the Sheriff. Takes out 1. There's some clomp in mid. Link. Gio on the super late lurk. Not able to hit site quick. Aye. Big kill on Rekindled. Medio. Working with the stun from Omen. Jellyfish just huddled behind this box. Great job. 3K for Jellyfish. Jellyfish has been so poised in that position there. There's bullets flying at you from every angle, but still choosing the ones to shoot at. Found a 3K that round, but there's been more than just that over the past couple rounds. Been a very strong anchor as they pick up 3 straight rounds here.
Yeah, I think it was huge that on post plant there they held the positioning. They knew they were kind of surrounded, you know, but they held it down.
Yeah, I think one thing to highlight from that round was A site was heavily stacked, but they took front site very, very quickly. And then when they hit back site, even though they could easily cover back site with a bunch of angles, as Minot State has the guns had the people to do it, Carthage still used util to push them off. They sprayed down Sleepy in that smoke in the corner. It was just a very good effort for them. Carthage hits early. They get the orb. They don't end up pushing site. Gio still lurking mid. And Waylay pushed up for Minot State. And Gio gets that kill on the Waylay. A nice timing as Rye pushes up mid as well. Satoshi also there for Minot State. Carthage has an aggressive position in mid, and they still have 3 people leaning A. Defense spread a little bit more thin with 1 player down for Minot State as they try and hit site quick, clearing out a bunch of angles. It's just the Fade and there's another lurk kill for Gio. Just Sleepy on site. as Dumpling tries to rotate quick, and Carthage is just going to pull the plug. Quick rotate off. They got the info, and Dumpling's racing back. The util is there, but it's not going to be up online until Sleepy is able, not Sleepy, until Dumpling is able to get back into that range. And Gio's going to take a lot of space, hopefully catching a timing on Dumpling. Dumpling walks right into the crosshair. He's going to win the battle, though, because Gio is going to miss. Optimal, able to get the spike down. Sleepy from heaven. Lots. Oh. Looks like Optimal was just not looking in the right spot, running down the... But Carthage will find another, the 4th straight. Not exactly how you want things to go at the end of that round there, but they... I mean, by any means necessary, able to get the job done. That's pretty big for Carthage. They push Minot State back onto a save round. We saw the early timeout for Minot State in the past game on a 4-3. 4-2 here. They don't decide to choose it. As we know about how the ban process goes here, this is just the last map nobody wanted to play.
Yeah,
it wasn't worth
much.
Minot State putting a ban on it. It wasn't worth Carthage putting a ban on it, but they didn't pick it for sure. They didn't, and it didn't go through that second stage of bans. So they're okay with playing it, but nobody really wanted to play it. That's why it didn't get picked in the first round.
Yeah, it's definitely still it being a new map. You know, it's typically kind of like that.
Carthage trying to hit site quick, but they're gonna lose 2 in the process, and that's not great. There's the 3rd as well as Satoshi gets a kill on Hecton. They're gonna be able to find at least 1 rifle here. Not what you want to be in as Rai gets traded out by Medio. It's up to Gio. His 2 to force popped. That ult's going to go away at the end of this round. Let's see if he can get any use out of it. Decoy comes out. Medio isolates the location. Sleepy. A flash turned. Oh.
Yeah,
a little bit of better luck on that spray. Hopefully he could have got the kill earlier and been able to retarget the Medio a little bit quicker, but just a tough situation. Played the hell out of it. Could have been pretty close, but
yeah, they were definitely just more ready for that B side take, a little bit more prepared, especially with the KJ util.
Yeah, not a KO in this lobby. Nothing really to keep that KJ util off. So you gotta find a way to work around. You gotta shoot the mines on the ground if you're gonna hit it. Gio back to lurking again. He's got his trademark on A side. Aggressive play from Minot State as they try and take space A main. But Carthage is going to respond with an ult on A site.
Huge.
And the dimensional drift. Satoshi ends up getting the trade to isolate things. And Jellyfish, though, the trade on Satoshi. But ults flying left and right as Sleepy's going to pick up 2 kills. Gio on the late lurk. It's him and Hecht. Hecht isolated, killed by Rekindled. The spike not planted, unfortunately. So Carthage, Gio specifically, is going to have his work cut out for him. Good news is he's got nothing about his location out there, so he's going to be able to hopefully find an early kill, but really you want to find that closer to site because if he finds it on Rekindled early, it's going to be really easy for them to reposition. So hopefully he's able to make his way back to site. He's going to be walking right into Rekindled, and that dog is going to miss him. It's going to be pretty huge. Hopefully able to trigger discipline Rekindled here. A little bit of a false clear.
Not your best.
Oh,
I thought he
tries
saw
to
him
drop.
there. Not a bad for being the last one left, trying to get some picks there.
Playing Chamber there, I'm not sure if he did it, but ideally grab your TP right at the start of that round, but I don't think he had it, so limited his options for sure.
Just getting used to being back on that chamber, you know. It's been a while since we've had it in our comps, so it's part of it.
Going into a timeout, the Carthage Firebirds are going to burn theirs up here as it is 4-4, 2 big rounds for Minot State. Really, if I'm Coach West here, I think I've got to just stress the clearing site with the util. They did a great job of it on A site, but they weren't able to do it on B site. And I think the big thing is there's just one like little lurk on B site at the end. They used 2 ults and Rai still died at the end of it there. He played it too aggressive, pushed into Link, and they found a quick kill. So if they can get the site hold a little bit stronger, then they can play their retake a little bit better. But it's a little bit more difficult on B side with Heaven being so wide open and Link and backside being very easy to push through.
Yeah, 100%.
Carthage now pushing back to A site. Hopefully able to pick up a little bit of momentum that they had before, as Minot State was able to take the last 2 rounds. Fade Dogs exchanged, looking to pick up the pace. No lurk from Geo. Sleepy on the left-hand side. He's going to get 2, 3. That's not what we want to see for Carthage. Hecht able to get the trade, but a daunting task for the 2 as 4 players start to circle in on them. Jellyfish and Hecht. A little bit of util to work with, but a pick is going to be necessary. Hecht tries to isolate. He's got to know that Dumpling's going to be there, but he's going to find the first kill. Omen as well there. And silently is going to get that kill. Jellyfish finds one in the trade. 2v1. Able to use the ultimate to push back to B site. Gonna get the plant down for the orb at least, and the econ. Gonna be a little of a daunting task though. TPing out. Playing off site. Hopefully gonna try and play from heaven. They're coming out from Link. Planted for heaven. Jellyfish really needs to get some util, some info here. Here's one set of footsteps. Gets the kill on the diffuser. It looked like it was halved. Can't play time as well because you don't know if it's halved, and it is. Medio. Pros don't fake. And
Huge.
18 seconds. Jellyfish finds the... Wait, that's 18 milliseconds, right? 18 milliseconds. Jellyfish finds the kill and stays alive there.
Yeah, definitely good discipline there. It's hard to judge like the timing on that, when to swing, so Jellyfish played that really well.
Another thing I didn't realize about that was the that wall is kind of tall. You can, when you're crouched defusing the spike, you can't even see them.
Yeah.
The little wall. I don't know if that was in Corrode before the rework, but
yeah, it's really hard to play off that.
And it seems like another thing is, I thought Paranoia's pushed people off Spike really well. That everybody that's been paranoid while on Spike today has just stuck it. They're just like, all right, it's fine. This is fine. Carthage moving back to the A site take. They have front sight pretty much isolated, but Sleepy's going to get a big kill. It's been really hard to weed Sleepy off these angles as he pops the dimensional drift. But Geo able to get a big kill as he TPs out. And another Hecht with one on Satoshi, Optimal with one on Sleepy as well. Carthage has numbers as they're pushing A site here, but the rotate has came. Dumpling and Medio in a little bit of off angles, but Hecht has the push. The blind combined with the shot from Optimal, and Geo's going to find the kill on Dumpling. Another masterclass of Carthage with util push on A site. Really showing off with what they can do when they get that front side area.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing this teamwork come together, and it's going to keep helping us get these rounds.
I think if I'm Minot State, it's just you got to have to start challenging A main, because it seems like when they get on site, we can't. They can't do anything once they get front site. So
yeah, their positioning kind of breaks up. They get kind of lost.
And with a limited mid presence from Carthage, I think that's gonna have to come from holding Link very, very well, and they're not doing it this round. Instead, they got 2 on B site. Mid is completely open, and Zatoshi's just jump peeking, not taking any space at all. So Carthage silent walking up A. The stun comes out to push Dumpling off. And that box as well. Sleepy in another off angle. Breaks the Rye breaks the turret, pushing again. Checking all the angles. They're going to find the Bucky, but he will take a kill on Optimal. A little bit of that util gone for Carthage, but they have front sight, and that's the recipe for success. Carthage still has to worry about 2 coming from Link. KJ in the side area of A site as well. The kill. Hecht finds it. Satoshi able to find an equalizer, though, with the trade, and rekindled. Guns down Geo. Geo still able to sneak away with his TP. Carthage needs to be very poised here, though. A lot of angles to cover. It's a 3v2. Jellyfish finds a kill of her own. Down to Medio with a Sheriff. Gonna be difficult. Hopefully, Carthage is able to trade off well. There it is. Medio with 2. The stun as well, but not time. Pros don't fake. At least gonna half. Geo. Half comes out.
Oh,
There's the
unfortunate.
kill. Medio with the clutch.
Still a close round.
Little speechless for me here as Medio able to find 2 kills
Yeah.
with the Sheriff, then the Stinger. That's a heartbreaker for Carthage for sure. But it shows what happens when you don't do those trades quite as well as you need to.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've seen a few times here. They're getting guns. Like, we have a full buy round, and they're able to capitalize and get guns and still win on those ecos.
Yeah, that's a little bit of the aim and skill that we're seeing from these top 2 players in the lobby, Medio
Yeah.
and Sleepy, really doing a good job in their positions. But Carthage gonna have to watch out for it. But here, trying to get back to the bread and butter, but they do have a lurk. Instead of it being Geo, though, Hecht and Jellyfish pushing back towards mid as Jellyfish is gonna walk up into this little nook, and nobody from Minot State is checking that at all. It's just gonna be Zatoshi, and instead, Jellyfish is actually going to pin herself in the corner here. This is not exactly where you want to be unless you're expecting someone to flood out Link. But Zatoshi's making a lot of noise, and I don't think they know Jellyfish is there. They know Jellyfish is somewhere, but not exactly in that spot. And Carthage moving back towards mid as they have Link control. But they're taking a lot of time to do it, so the paranoia hopefully is setting in for Minot State, and they can catch or rotate into this congested mid area. But it's going to be difficult for Carthage to find a way out. They really just got to pick a way and go. But once you have mid on Corrode, there's not a lot of ways to get in. And Rye's going to be able to pop the Dimensional Drift and get a little bit of util. Rekindled has to run away. And Carthage is able to kind of flood onto B site. A lot of util as well, but they have to worry about the KJ lockdown. Probably going to be popped in the next couple seconds to stop this, to make this retake a little bit easier. Kindled gets a kill on Hecht. There's that KJ ultimate. Oh, a miss from Geo. Not great, but Optimal is going to get the kill, and Carthage is going to be able to play. Carthage is going to be able to play from main, but how did Jellyfish get detained here? Last alive, Jellyfish. Sprayed down on the box.
Oh,
Jellyfish gets the kill.
still wins that.
That was, I think that was some subpar Valorant.
A
We really,
little bit.
Minot State had the positioning. They really should have got the job done there.
Yeah.
Everybody was so weak.
And the multiple ults there.
Was it the Fade ultimate from Minot State? That was from Minot State, right?
I thought so.
Carthage is going to win the final round, though. It makes sense that those ultimates were going out. I didn't realize it was the last round of the half.
Yeah, now we got some defense. I think that was a great half to put up on attack, get some rounds up.
The situation is flipped here. Last map we saw Minot State in the lead 7-5. This time, Firebirds able to take it. Let's see if they can hold down the Beavers for just a brief moment. They really need to get out early. I think that's the big thing. This pistol round is important. It's going to shift from being 8-7 after the full buy to possibly be 9-6. So Carthage could be in a good spot, but they've got a little bit better read of Corrode as they're trying to play aggressive. Jellyfish also pushed up, but they're slamming A. And it's going to be solo hold for Hecht. He gets 1. Gets 2. That's huge. Spike is going to be planted by Dumpling, though. Zatoshi, blind. Hecht with a 3K. Solo hold. Jellyfish has to worry about the drone. And Medio, though, is going to get the kill on Optimal as it's going to be just Jellyfish and Geo. Position for Dumpling known. Wow, big shot from Geo. Jellyfish not using any util at the moment. A little bit delayed with the... Halved. That instant pullout from the head tapper.
Oh, so close.
Was that a body shot?
Yeah,
It was a body shot. Just clipped the shoulder. Oh, unfortunate for Geo.
Yeah, that was close. I mean, they had some good teamwork there in the end, just staying together.
Medio has just been rock solid for this Minot State team in their clutch situations. That's
100%.
the two or three, especially in this map, but I think we've seen it in the past couple maps as well.
They're definitely bringing some challenge.
Carthage on this anti-eco round, hopefully able to find some kills, maybe possibly a round win. It's going to be a daunting task. Let's see what they have See if they challenge mid a little bit differently than they did before. Fade Haunt early on B site. Not going to see anything, but Wayley's going to creep up there as they try and take space A as well. Hecht with the jump peek. Catches a little view of someone. Able to push Hecht off fairly well.
Portal closed.
Rye pushed up with Optimal. A shorty for Rye. Gonna be able to get this kill for sure. Oh, Sleepy with the Guardian. Guns him down. Carthage still only down one man, but the inferior guns are going to make it very difficult as they're stretched very, very thin as well. Jellyfish in a position, hopefully able to get at least one as the Minot State Beavers group up B. Lots of clomping. Gio's got to be sending the signal. Minot possibly able... It doesn't look like they actually saw Gio, so they might think this is a free site, and it's not. Gio is nested right here. He's going to give up a little bit of information by throwing his TP, but hopefully him and Hecht can combine for something. Oh. Really needed that kill there. An unsuspecting rekindled. It's going to be difficult for Hecht with the Stinger. He really can't give up anything, and Sleepy's going to get a kill.
Yeah, not bad for that eco.
Yeah, Carthage able to take a lot of guns
pressure
out of the hands of Minot State, making this bonus very, very, very weak for Minot State. But that's not anything to shy away from. A Bucky buy can still happen here. A force could even happen. So Carthage has to be on their toes about something a little bit weird happening on this bonus round for Minot State. Their first full buy for Carthage, though, of the half. I think Carthage really has to isolate what's going to happen mid, because it seems like everything they're trying to do mid has been a little bit more, hasn't been really defined, and they end up losing in mid, and it makes it difficult because they're down a man to defend site. A quick site take. Prowler comes out. It's going to push Hecht off this angle. Rye's going to TP back to site. It's a little bit more defended than Minot State might know. Dart comes out. Paranoia as well. A sea of util. Hecht is going to be gunned down. Jellyfish with a big trade, though. Trades usually defend the benefit the defense, but rekindled. A big kill. Probably a rifle as well in the hands of Minot State, and they're locking down this site. Optimal, Gio, and Jellyfish on the retake. Gets one. Jellyfish. Gunned down by Sleepy. Sleepy's going to get two. Up to Optimal. No noise here. That's a difficult situation for Optimal to be in. He's blind. Retaps. Wow. Jump clicks. Classic.
Okay.
They're just exchanging classic jump.
I like that he did it back.
Oh, it's such a difficult situation to be in for Carthage.
I'll pick them apart.
And they're getting hit with that same quick sight take that they were able to do so well, and Minot State was able to do so well in the past. I think they got to protect the chokes more, and I think it's going to have to be a little bit of Hecht moving, because him playing in that corner, he's been rooted off of it twice now.
Yeah.
When they get on site. He did a great job on pistols of getting 3, but he's got to play something a little bit different, or get that util out earlier and take space. Possibly taking space, A main can help, but Minot State moving back to B, and Carthage is on the save round, so going to be a little bit of a different round. Take space on B. They get orb. Rye has the Bucky. Hopefully it's good for 1. Flash, hindering. Bucky good for 1. That decoy messes with Rye. Sleepy gets the trade, but that's still big for this this round, as Satoshi is going to trade out Optimal for Dumpling. Sleepy challenging again. Jellyfish beat Sheriff, not reigning supreme there. Oh, wow. That dog was just at the end of its life there. Unfortunate. Gio. Not able to get the head tapper. Unable to pull the trigger. Sleepy jump peeks. Sees Hecht. A lot of angles for Hecht to worry about here. Really wants to die to spike to get the ult orb, because he's one off. Gonna play aggressive. He's gonna still get that ult orb, but it's gonna be donated to Sleepy. So Carthage, not the start to the half that you want, as your things are switched. Timeout's gonna go out as Wes is gonna give these Firebirds a talking to here.
Yeah, I think It's a little bit of like a positioning issue, just holding better like crosses together. I think we saw them doing that really good. I mean, on attack, on defense, it's a little different. But they're kind of just getting some ones, the early bloods again too, the first picks.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have to come from an early site pick. Like when we gotta at least get the trade because when they're able to get when it's a 3v5 retake in the favor of the offense, it's so much easier than a 5v3 retake in the favor of the defense. Those are two completely different games to play, and if Carthage can try and be on the 5v4, the 4v4, they're gonna be in such a better situation on these retakes because it doesn't seem like they have as much of the util firepower for clearing out sites.
Yeah.
It seems like it's been a lot of aim crutching for both teams really on the retakes. So Carthage has to find a little bit of a balance there where they can play aggressive at the start of the round and get those picks, but also stay alive. Because if you don't get the pick, you lose that fight up against one of these duelists, Sleepy or can't think of the name.
Mateo?
Yeah, Sleepy or Medio. I think it's Medio because if it was Mateo, there'd be an A.
You're right.
But, you know, I don't even know. Optimal. Eyes early. It's not going to even see anyone. That's an interesting thing. A good hide from this Minot State team. The Dimensional Drift is popped, and sight is going to be almost free for Minot State. Dash on as well. Carthage trying to play that 5v5 full retake on this rifle round.
Spike planted.
Smoke near the end of its life here. And that's going to be the cue for Carthage to flood out. Right, decoy's out.
Bring them down.
Prowler clears some close angles, but they're going to be seized.
Bring them down.
Oh, timing. Medio's going to get a kill. Dumpling on one of his own, but Gio finds Medio.
Last player.
Wow. Zatoshi, a kill, and bullets raining everywhere.
Yeah.
Minot State will find the win. The Beavers have been doing a great job on attack. This has been difficult for Carthage to return anything. That retake, Carthage had some good positioning, but it looks like the crosses were just too powerful to overcome. And I think that's what we saw a lot with Carthage's half as well. The retakes weren't what was winning rounds. It was just denying the plant.
Yeah.
So hopefully Carthage will do a better job of that. Gio pops his ultimate on A site, but they're not going that way. It's to Optimal with the solo hold. Jellyfish will throw the smoke early. A big kill for Optimal. Singularity Sheriff this time. I only saw it because I could read it. I couldn't tell now, but that's gonna stall the site take for just a moment. Duelist down. It's not a winning one round for Carthage yet though. The ult isn't going to clear Optimal. And Gio, another kill. Rye's going to pop his ult. Really an all hands on deck here. Carthage on the save round, trying to shift some momentum. Satoshi trying to get the plant down. Hecht, a kill of his own. Just down to rekindle. And Carthage with the near flawless. Ends up using 2 ults, I believe.
But that early, like them not being able to run on right away and get that plant down, like that completely throws off.
I think we need an operator, Rye. I think that's what we need.
Yeah.
I think Gio needs to pick up the operator.
Yeah, to be honest. Totally slows their momentum down, and obviously that's crucial for Minot State.
I don't know if they have the money for it, though, and that's unfortunate.
No, not yet. They're not that far off, though.
A round win
next
here
round.
could possibly shift that. Carthage needs to deny it again. Let's see if they'll play aggressive A this time. Rye playing aggressive mid. Has a Phantom, able to spray through a lot of smokes here. Exchange of spray as well. Zatoshi and oh, a good job from
Good
Rye
TP,
to get out there. That's not exactly the situation we want to be in. Gio has a stinger again. It looks like it was a force test round. Or maybe he's just trying to bonus it. Yeah, bye for
He's
next
on a low
possibly.
buy, yeah.
Ultimate from Dumpling. The KJ lockdown, hopefully helping them on site quick. Carthage trying to get out. Gio looks like he's locked in. Gonna get out at the last second. A 5v5 retake. Once this lockdown gets out, Rye possibly jumping across. Fakes the TP. Gonna try and spill out on this left-hand side. The fade ult, Carthage. They're all Minot State players are deafened. Medio's in an off angle though. 3 kills at the start of the retake.
Last player standing.
Hecht gets 1. Gets 2. Sleepy on his left. The blind turned by Hecht. Hecht. Time ticking down. Oh, doesn't clear that. Shot in the back for sure.
Unfortunate positioning there. That KJ ult really takes up a lot of time.
Big round for Minot. There, the Beavers able to find the penultimate round for them, as it's going to be pushing it to 11-8 in their favor. Carthage really had a good showing, though.
Yeah.
And it was just those 3 kills right at the start of the retake that really shifted the momentum.
Yep.
They ended up eating an ultimate, but Carthage not in any room for their ultimates here. So they have to worry about the waylay ult. They have to worry about a quick waylay dash on site, and Minot College is going to be able to move up into mid quickly. Geo falls for the decoy. There's the dash on site. Medio, first blood. Hecht, picks up the kill on Dumpling, and Hecht with the spray on Sleepy. Geo and Hecht holding across. Hecht. Bad situation to be in. Jellyfish with the bandit, not able to get the job done, and it's going to be up to Optimal. Hero rifle. Big first kill. Denying the plant, hopefully. Oh.
Unfortunate.
Caught with util out as the dog is flying at him. And that Phantom just took 3 billion years to pull out.
Yeah, dude. Otherwise, Optimal's got that. I had full faith in him that he can clutch that. We're just seeing some unfortunate timings, too.
Carthage with their backs up against the wall here on defense, looking to find a couple of rounds. Starts with 1. Looks like a full buy for them. See what they have. Minot probably in a little bit more of a default situation. Spread out. Trying to play slow. They don't have the ultimates to hit site quickly. How does that Haunt not scan anybody? Rye with a spray through the wall. Big first round. I think hopefully Hex spotted Medio there.
I think so.
That's an interesting jump peek. I didn't know that one existed.
Yeah, now we know he at least retreated there.
Carthage, the early first blood, hopefully able to use the defense a little bit better. The paranoia is probably setting in for Carthage here. They're set up to A, but Minot is trying to push mid, but Waylay's taking space towards Link, so a little bit of a different play as they're pushed up B. The mind games are getting me, and I can see everything. Heck, trying to get away. He blinds his way out. 65 health. Big shot from Jellyfish. Jellyfish. Possibly once more. They throw the smoke on B, but the site hit for A. Omen's going to pop his ult and get back, and they're going to have 3 on site. What? Medio's going to get the kill on Hecht. It's got to be just Peeker's advantage.
Yeah.
Optimal. Able to find the spray down kill. Carthage has the numbers. The decoy shot. All 4 players from Carthage really just flash out and get after him. The blind is going to blind his team.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Jellyfish comes up clutch with the 3K. A little bit of a scary execute
yeah,
there.
Unfortunate flash, but at
Rise
least
just slamming it off of the post there, and then he's just spraying down the wall where nobody is.
Yeah, I was worried about that 1-by-1 peek there. I was like, there's one who's gonna swing that, but I mean they held it down.
Carthage now able. It's gonna be a rifle versus rifle round, and Carthage needs the next 3 to push OT. Last round was a good showing for them as they were able to get the pick early. See if they can find something like that, or at least a good site hold. We haven't seen them. I don't think we've seen them deny a plant the entire time. So this would be a good time for a little bit of that. See if they can have a little bit of a mid presence too with Rye pushing up there. Smoke early for Carthage. Trying to help Rye get up there. He shoots the bird, and Hecht is lit as well. Rye falls for the decoy. Oh, wow. A sea of util. Rye's not able to get out. That's a wall bang that takes out Hecht. 2K for Rye. 3K. Rye pops his ult. Finds one.
KJ's running away.
No, the spike is not down at the moment, and KJ is sitting mid. If I'm Carthage here, I gotta hunt down Rekindled. The wrap is happening, but you gotta take your advantage here.
It's like they're about to see her.
One enemy
There we
remaining.
go.
Optimal, the big kill. They have spike.
Huge.
Rye's gonna pick up the 4K, and that's a great showing for Carthage. A near flawless. Heck, the lone
I
casualty.
don't care if there are 5 of them.
He got ripped at the start of the round. It was down to like 2 health, and then
Yeah.
sprayed through a wall in backside CT.
Yeah, but it made them slow down a little bit, so that definitely helped.
Great play by Rye there. The 4K pops the ult right away, and I think that's a little bit of the good decision making that we've seen out of
Yeah.
him, and a little bit of that creativeness and that quick thinking. Sees the ult show up in the bottom left right of his screen, and it's just, all right, let's get the intel. Make this a lot harder for them. There's the early smoke to help push into Link. Rye's gonna challenge them though, as Sleepy's gonna get the kill, but Jellyfish, a good trade, has to worry about a Marshall mid. Actually, no, it's an outlaw, I believe. 2 shots, so I think it was an outlaw.
Yeah, I think you're right.
An early trade. Carthage doesn't have any of this mid presence, though. That's going to be difficult for them to navigate around. But Optimal, the huge kill. It did look like a Marshall, I think, in that split view.
Yeah.
Looks like Neo Frontier. I would have bought it, too. No, when Neo Frontier Sheriff shows up in my shop, I'm dropping the credit card. Carthage leaning towards B in this 4v3, but that's not the read as they're pushed up against Hecht. Hopefully Hecht can catch a timing with Satoshi here. They're double swinging with Dumpling. Dumpling walks right into the crosshair. Oh, unfortunate. The trade is going to happen, but that's still a better situation for Carthage.
30 seconds left.
They're going to probably get this plant down for pretty much free, but Carthage is going to have some good util, the Paranoia and the Fade kit as well to get on site. There's the dog. It's going to check that close angle. It's going to find Omen.
I'll find you.
Satoshi now has to worry about, but he's going to trade the Paranoia. Hopefully that information has been shared. Gunned down by Satoshi. Rekindled. A kill of his own, and it's up to Optimal. He's decayed. Made a lot of noise. Tough clutch for sure. They know he's sticking. Let's go!
Huge!
Optimal with the clutch.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That was what was gonna happen.
Yes,
That was-
exactly.
If,
He gets those every time.
if Sleepy
otherwise.
didn't just jump and right click him right to the face.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that jump peeking over the box is kind of interesting because I don't know. I feel like that gives Optimal some info there.
I think at this point, like if I'm in that situation, I'm just aiming the crosshair there and
Right.
just digging him with my Phantom.
Right.
We're going down to the still match point here, 12-11 in the favor of Minot
Yes.
State because somebody took away my my thing that says it on the bottom. But that's okay. I should have a better memory than that, guys. But the timeout, first timeout of the map for Minot State. I don't know who their coach is. It looks like it's ZGen. But if I gotta call something, well, let's see, Bunny. If you gotta call something, what are you calling?
For Minot State right now,
They have
dude,
Waylay alt, your alt, and Omen alt.
I think they're gonna do a fast hit B here and just I don't know. Yoru's probably gonna ult right away to get some info, find where they are. Waylay's gonna ult the entire site. Maybe Omen to get some more info, but I'm guessing this is gonna be fast.
Yeah, and if I'm Carthage here, I'm splitting Breach and Fade, both sites,
Yeah,
and I'm ripping the alt the moment they
Yes.
walk out on site.
that's smart.
And hopefully that stalls enough. But the your alt is just such an unfortunate time for that your alt to
Yeah.
pop.
I mean, we got this Fatal on B site right now, and we're stacking
As
B,
we
so-
say that though, what Optimal's pushed right up against the barrier for this eye. He's gonna get some early info. And the
breach
early
ult.
breach ult. You're on an island.
Ooh.
They're gonna get one. And Jellyfish is gonna find the kill on Sleepy. Carthage able to read well. There's the Odin coming out for Carthage. Somebody thinks they're Brock. And there's the Fade ult. Carthage pushing up. 3 trails detected. Right with the Odin. And we see Hecht pushing up mid as well. The pinch is hopefully on. Carthage needs to be smart though here. They have the pressure. Hecht is gonna have to worry about a possible cross. That was a fake Omen ult? Or did they... He must have ran into Geo.
Yeah, I think he was looking to see where he was on A site. Maybe purposeful.
Hecht. Here's the footsteps. A trade, though, that's going to go in the favor of Carthage. It's going to be a 4v2 to push this to OT. Satoshi and Dumpling. Do they know Geo's there? They have
Oh,
zero
they're
clue. The util is out for
alright.
Dumpling. The spike isn't even planted.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds. Carthage, a 3v1. Once. Plants, stun as well. The Toshi, a difficult situation. The blind.
Last player standing.
Oh, thank God.
All right, can we stop with the 1x1 angle?
Yeah, we're getting a little too risky. It's a little bit.
In film tomorrow? We're not doing that
Yeah,
anymore.
we're watching that for sure.
All right. Carthage back on attack. We know
Here
they
we
went
go.
7-5 at the start. Things switched on defense. Carthage went 5-7 on defense. So both sides hopefully are going to execute their attack rounds.
Yeah.
And it's going to be difficult for Carthage, I would say, because when you've been on attack defense for the last 12 rounds, it's really hard to get back into that mindset to even figure out what worked, because
Yeah.
that was ages ago. So in this situation, Carthage has to figure out what's going to work, and I think the only thing I can remember is that the Geo Lurk worked.
Yes, that was definitely
So
helping them a lot.
maybe late round, but he's grouped up B. He's got the TP. Is that the TP? Yeah, the TP set up there. They're also going to try and fight for space A, maybe possibly farm a Yoru Orb. Right, decoys out. A stack B though for Minot. The
Yeah.
flash toss through.
Cutting through.
TP. Rye's gonna try and lurk for just a little bit longer, taking the alt orb, and it looks like the gig is gonna be up. Carthage needs to execute quick on B site. The jump peak might have spotted Optimal though. Hecht.
Yes, and
The one thing is they just might not know how quickly pushed up Carthage is on B site. They know that they need to rotate, but they don't know that it's so immediate. They need to check this corner though. Dumpling is there. Why are we walking so slow? The TP happens. Is this the largest brain in NECC Div 6? Are they actually faking this again? 44 seconds to get the spike down. Rise pressed up mid. Looks like they're still trying to hit the site hit. I don't know if they have any intel on where Dumpling is.
Oh.
There's the mollies. Dumpling is still in the corner there.
those
Jellyfish is going to push through. Dumpling's going to get 2. Dumpling still alive. It's up to Rye and Hecht.
Last player
The
standing.
defuse for Dumpling, and Carthage is not going to be able to execute on their attack round.
Unfortunate. Yeah, they definitely waited a long time
Did
there.
we have the Fade Eye? Did we have the Fade Eye there? Could we have Fade Eyed sight? Throw one on top of the
Yeah, because Optimal was over there, right?
and if he threw it, he must have thrown it early round. It
Well,
was 45 seconds.
Yeah, because he was staying in mid for a long time, so I don't think he had it to help them out main there for a while.
Is it 60 seconds now on the recon?
I don't know.
Because I thought that was the big change. Pretty much
Yeah.
all initiator utils now 60 seconds.
Yes. Everything is slower.
All right. Carthage, they were in this situation for the last 4 rounds of defense here. Can they find another clutch and push another OT? Jellyfish. Pressed up mid. Has to worry about a quick push, and they're slamming A from Link. It's going to be Rye and Heck there. They're going to take the orb for Medio for Waylay. The dash on. Rye has the Odin. It's good for 1. It's good for 2. The trade comes out. Carthage in the driver's seat, though. 4v2. It's Dumpling and... Who's playing?
Dumpling.
Dumpling and Zatoshi. Been watching 40 rounds of this.
I still don't know.
Hecht, well-trained crosshair, but the smoke is going to keep him off. Tries to spray it out. They're going to be able to get the spike down. 4v2, though. Not grouped up this time. A little bit of a separate spike hit, and Gio's going to get 2. We're going, if they can figure out how to defuse, we're going to a second OT.
Just keep it moving. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to, an attack round win will be huge here. Obviously, we've got the defense kind of locked down.
But honestly, this defense has still been sketchy for every single one of these past, like, 6 rounds.
You're right.
So I think an attack round win is good for peace of mind, but also you need it to win.
That's at least been the more difficult side for us, so.
I don't even know what that. I didn't even know that was there.
Just shooting something random.
All right, Carthage, looking to be on an A site hit. Very stretch up. Gio has the trademark mid to protect them from a quick lurk, but Meteos pressured up as well. Optimal guns him down, but that's gonna put a shock into this defense to say, hey, they're hitting A, and they're gonna gun down Link. It's gonna make this site really quick. Sleepy in that corner. Can they get the trade? Sleepy's still alive there. He's gonna get Gio. Spike. Gio. Hecht instead. Shoots the clone. Rye with a big kill with that Odin. Odin duelist. Sleepy as well. Gunned down by Rye. Carthage. 3-2. Hecht. Rye. 40 bullets left in this Odin. He's just... Wow. A 3K for Rye.
Mowing them down.
Rye pops that dimensional drift. He finds out where Rekindled is. The plant down. Carthage now able to position very, very well. He pushes quick. Hecht runs off site. Lots of util. Rekindled. Stunned. Taps. The trade is in the books.
Nice.
Great play by Hecht and Optimal there.
Yeah. And Ryan with that Odin. I know he asked. He said, guys, I'm buying an Odin. They were like, oh. But then it worked out.
He's honestly a Yoru duelist running Odin.
Dude.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Maybe that's what we needed. Maybe that's the secret.
Dude, he's also just gunning it through the entirety of site. There's the timeout. Second timeout in the last, like, 6 rounds for Minot College for the Beavers.
I know they're going crazy right now. I'm sure that mental is up. They're 1 round away.
And it's just going to give Carthage this opportunity to talk about their how they're going to hold it on defense. And I think one thing they might need to be a little bit conscious of is holding these ult orbs, because I think they're trying to slam the Waylay ult orb every single round here, and it's pretty easy to get the one on A site.
Yeah.
It's really easy if you're not being very, very careful on defense about stopping it. And Carthage has had some luck in the last couple rounds about playing those aggressive angles. We know on the last round of attack on B site, they pushed up quick with the ultimates. And we know on A site, they got the early pick on attack this past round. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try and play a little bit more aggressive in those situations. But I think we're going to see Rye pick up the Odin again. And I think that's worth betting on Kalshi for. But I think I'm pretty certain of that one. A Carthage leaning towards B site. I think Rye's gonna toss that TP in just a second, or he's just staring at the wall. There it is. Yep. And a B site hit. Sleepy jump spotted by Optimal. You think Optimal is gonna throw the eye here? And these walls on Corrode used to be paper thin. A big shot from Gio. And it's too many people dying at the start, but Sleepy's on site, and he's going to find a huge kill on Gio. Okay, Rye knows where he is. He pulls out smartly, but that's going to probably give the site almost up, but it looks like it's just Sleepy pushed up on site, and the other 2 are off site. So this is a difficult situation for Carthage to navigate. They're grouped up well, which is smart, but 1 kill, and that's going to be huge. Optimal. A careless TP from Satoshi, and Carthage is now in the driver's seat. The plant coming out for Dumpling. Post plant as well is probably going to be there. Dumpling pushed off of that spot, and Jellyfish smartly kills the big kill, though. Dumpling's going to get 2, Sleepy with 1 as well. And the round just shifts in the favor of Minot College.
Yeah, their Yoru getting back and around there made it real difficult. Just some unfortunate picks on getting out of mid there.
Dumpling's really been playing well.
Yeah,
Gotta say it.
for sure.
Couple of clutches. That one was huge, but Carthage needs to execute on attack one more time to put the pressure right back on Minot College. Let's see what they have to cook up. Possibly a Geo lurk here. They haven't had it the last couple rounds. I've been calling it.
Yeah.
Ryan looks like he's going to spray down this box to keep the pressure on A. Rekindled. Dogging. Just get that little piece of util, but all you know is that there's somebody there. All you know is that Rye's there with the Odin. A smoke for Link to hopefully pressure sight. If they can root off Sleepy off this angle quickly, the TP comes out. That's huge for Carthage. They have front sight. One thing is, Link is still... There's still a lot of people there, so Carthage needs to do a good job of clearing it. They're going to dog off Rye, re-smoke. Carthage has a lot of pressure here, but they have to worry about people hitting sight quick. Sleepy, paranoid. He's going to TP again. Sleepy playing very, very smart here. Geo on the lurk. He ends up going back to A main.
There.
Spike finally being planted. Optimal and Jelly with a good cross. Geo as well, playing from main with Hecht. Dumpling, a spray down against Hecht. Optimal has the cross. He's going to be stunned off, though. Jellyfish. Jellyfish is gunned down by Sleepy. Meteo dropped. Sleepy sticking. It's Optimal. The rekindled, able to get a kill. And Rye going to be gunned down. And Carthage is now not in the situation you want to be in, where you have to execute on defense. But we've seen him do it.
Pick something nice to kill them with. It's the least we can do.
15-14 OT for the first regular season matchup of Div 6 here.
Yeah, close ending we're having here.
Carthage found their footing after a tough 2-13 first round win. Came back 113-10 on Abyss, and here we are in round number 30. Carthage needs to find it again to push another OT. Minot State looking to find their first regular season win of the season. See what they have for the execute. A split push, taking the orb for Waylay. Carthage heavily towards B. A solo hold for Hecht. With the spike is leaning towards that side. Dog mid. The smoke ends up running out, and that mid is just wide open. It's going to be a difficult cross if Carthage can hold it well. Both teams scared to walk out, but that could be the secret to shifting the momentum of this round. Sleepy walking out. Hecht. A pixel angle. Nobody wins the battle. Sleepy pushes Hecht back. The stun. Rye tries to spray down with the Odin. No, not able to find anything. Meteo is going to get a kill, though, on Optimal. The spike leaving. Carthage has to worry about them leaving and going back mid. Jellyfish is there, but they're pushed off. And Sleepy is going to get a big kill on Rye. Up to Geo to solo hold sight here. He needs probably 1 or 2. Shoots the eye. TP's out.
30
Hecht
seconds left.
offside as well. It's going to be
Spike planted.
Geo. Position known well. Pixel angle. Meteo is going to get a big kill. Jellyfish and Hecht, the last hope for Carthage. Alarm bot is going to find Hecht. He's vulnerable for just a moment. Lots of damage as well. It's 2 weak players. Location pretty well known. Daunting odds for Carthage. The Waylay ult. It's going to find Jellyfish. The push. Meteo. Hungry for this kill. He's going to find it. It's up to Hecht, and he'll be gunned down. The 4K from Meteo ices the round, the matchup for Minot College.
Alrighty.
Tough loss for Carthage, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely put up a good fight. They had a lot of adjusting to do, changing up, but overall, I don't think that was a bad fight at all. That was a good game to watch.
Yeah, as you look back at the matchup, I'm sure you can comb through the VOD. You can find, oh, this should have gone this way. This should have gone this way.
Right.
This should have gone this way. And it's easy to get caught up in that, but you also got to highlight a lot of things that went well in that matchup,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of good decision making that you can highlight. Especially, I think Optimal's Day IGL makes some good calls, and that was something that I feel like this previous team was missing, was a good shot caller, somebody to really grab the reins. And when it came down to it, it seemed like they made the right decision a lot of times. And even more than like the team decisions, the solo decisions, there was a lot of creativity. There was a lot of good plays for this Carthage team. And so there's nothing more you can be than proud of that, especially that fight. After going down 2-13 on bind, it's really tough to even just boot up that second lobby to try and fight on Abyss. And they fought back and they won 13-10. And then here, 7-5, they had those first 4 rounds that didn't go their way. Now it's 9-7, and you just keep fighting, and you push to OT after being down 12-9. So there's just so many good things to point out about that game that you can't really get caught up on the fact that you lost it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to keep that mental and keep that energy, like, especially after a tough loss like that and, like, losing rounds. They really kept their composure and, like, knew, you know, every round is still winnable. Every game is still winnable after that, and they put up a good fight.
Yeah, as I said, nothing more than proud of these guys. They divvied up, which means the competition's going to be a little bit better. And we saw that with Sleepy and Medio just absolutely slaying this lobby. There's so many times there's just aim diff. A lot of great plays for both from both teams. Hats off to Minot College for a great play. The Beavers, you guys played absolutely phenomenal. And we're hoping probably see you guys second round of playoffs. Something like that. Well, actually, no. If you guys are the best team, we don't want to play you guys. But I think it'll be a little bit of a better matchup. But we don't have the stats in front of us. But hats off to all the players on either side. But especially hats off to Rye. Great job on Yoro. But that entire Carthage roster, every single team, you guys did great. We'll have to say thanks, especially to all of you guys in the chat. Everybody coming out to support you guys.
Yes.
We went some 30 rounds for that second one. So if you're still here, thank you.
Yeah.
But even more than that, thanks to our stream producers, to Adam and Blaze that was here for a moment, and then Bunny, who actually stepped out to do cams for a little bit. Bunny, a member of this team, ended up casting with me, which I'm very appreciative of. But a look ahead, Carthage Esports is back in full force here in the spring semester. This past week, we ended up having our placements. We got a lot of teams divvying up, so we're going to see some good competition. But this week, on Wednesday, we've got RL versus St. Clair Saints. That's going to be our top team, Carthage Red, who just qualified for Div 1 after a dogfight of 3 matchups, Game 5 matchups. So that'll be a great game. St. Clair State's one of the best teams in the nation. And then League's going to be playing Kettering University. Our league team was undefeated, I believe, last year as well. So they're looking to pick up where they left up not this last semester, but the last year. So some good things to keep an eye out for. We'll be back here at Carthage Esports on Twitch. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, on here. Reach out on Discord if you want to get recruited. Am I missing anything?
I think that's most of it.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. I've been Hustle. This
you.
is Bunny. Thank you so much, guys.